All right, we are live. Live. Cool. All right, everybody. Everybody's here. Cool. The room is filling up. Let's see. Y'all know I'm new at these buttons, so let's start our show. So, welcome to the Crow's Nest. I am Victoria, hosting the conversation amongst some of my folks and my friends here. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. I'll get my nope, add to stage. Where am I? Hi. Okay, here we go. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad that you guys all showed up. This room is filling up. So I'll hit the chat real quick and say what's up before we get started. I'm really excited for our guest. Hello, everyone. I'm just excited for our guest, so I just really want to bring her on, if that's cool with everyone. I mean, you may know her as Victoria. Her name is Lisa, and she's just amazing. I have her link tree here if you guys want to scan it really quickly. And let's just get this party started. All right. Hello.
Hi, beautiful. Hey, everybody. So the phone was blowing up, Foxy. It's like, how do I stream on it? And I go, I don't know. I just set up I set up my Twitch yesterday with help with two people. I don't know. I go, go to her site, her Instagram to find out how to do it. So, yeah.
Yes, you are here. I'm so excited.
I love you. You look beautiful.
Stop it. I love you too. I'm trying to not move this thing around here. It keeps flinching, but everyone is here. The room is filling up, girl. You're popular on demand. Can you see that?
Yay!
Okay.
I can see it. It just says there's a button on the bottom that says join chat, but it takes me to my YouTube. So forget it. I'm not going to join the chat. I'll keep an eye. It's popped up on my right hand side so I can see the comments. But yes.
Go for it.
You are freaking busy. You're like, I have a meeting. Yes. Yeah. Oh
so
God.
maybe
I like how
what's that?
Go ahead.
No.
I like how they said look at Vix and Vic. I love it.
I know. I love it too. I'm so happy you're here, and I want to get into just chilling with you because for everyone, I'll loop you in the conversation. Victoria and I have been friends a while, and she was definitely a huge part when I first started on the road. Actually, you were my first real storyline. I don't know if you remember. We were going to do a storyline, and then I got sent back down to developmental 3 times.
No, I didn't even know. I didn't know that. We're so in the loop. I'm out of the loop. You know what I mean? Like when people pitch things and stuff like that. I didn't know that at all. This is news to me.
Yeah, it was so long ago.
Great. We would have good chemistry, man.
I know. There's so much. I know, guys. Don't worry. I'm not trying to interrupt Victoria or step on you talking. You just interrupt me, girl. But I'm just so happy.
Well, I'm just like we were all day yesterday and the day before. We're like, oh, I can't wait to talk to you. So I think the excitement of catching up with each other. We were, of course, we're going to talk over each other. Who cares?
Okay, good.
Come on.
Good. I hope you don't mind. I want to put you, center stage. There we are. Woo! Oh. You are so gorgeous. You are always gorgeous. You have not changed since I've met you. Your youthful spirit.
My spirit hasn't changed, but my physicality, I'm not as slim and ripped as I used to be, and my wrinkles are showing, and Lisa's going through menopause. So, hey, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Cheers to menopause, guys. I love my menopause. I mean, to come, I guess.
Are you going through it? Are you going through it?
No, not yet. No.
You're too young. You're too young. Yeah, yeah. It's you're not going to be prepared. I can't prepare you enough. But I get a lot of my friends sending me links to YouTubers about menopause and like natural remedies and stuff like that. I don't like to take pills. I'm very anti that. So like I'm all about the natural stuff because with our wrestling background, like just like hearing people like with the drugs and stuff like that, it's scary. It kind of like makes you
Yeah.
like yeah, yeah, you know,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
I totally know. I mean, it's kind of even the way I like sip on this caffeine right now these days. Like some days I can have like 10 cups and then I can get jittery and then still think that I should have another cup of coffee. And it reminds me
Right.
of like when I would chug all that coffee before our show or our matches or like in the car on the drives. Like I'd go home and not want to sleep, not want to do anything. But those
I
habits
know.
up with me, you know?
Yeah, and I'm drinking Death Wish coffee. I'm sponsored by them, and it's 3 times the amount of caffeine. So I can only do like 2 cups a day. It bothers. Like just be prepared. I used to mix my Death Wish coffee with Cafe Bustelo from the Dollar Tree, and because it was so like strong and like I think like people in our business, Foxy, is like we have problems sleeping. It's because of the travel, jet lag, and being you're always concerned about the next day. Okay, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I got to get to the building on time. And do I have a match? Am I ready? Am I stretched out? Like am I coherent in your head, awake enough to be focused? It's like it's 4 days a week we did. People don't realize it. And then when we go home, we have to do laundry, hit the gym. Some of us need to self tan, like go to the tanning stuff. No one tans anymore, but thank God for the self tanners and stuff like that. But and then eating and then repacking. So the person at home doesn't get the attention, you
Amen.
know,
That's
right?
been, I mean, I'm happy that like you were able to come and join us because our little stream here has been fun. It kind of stemmed off of like the Twitch, like you're starting yourself, and I didn't know what to talk about if it wasn't wrestling. That was like it was like annoying to me that I had to keep figuring it out
Yeah,
because,
exactly. I think we have this chit chat. Like I get requested on podcasts a lot, a lot. I get flooded. I joined a company, Podstars with a
Podstar.
Z, yeah, .net, and they handle all my podcasts and schedule it and everything like that. Because you get bombarded, and there's a lot of podcasters. I always recommend people, hey, look at our past interviews because everyone is, how'd you get started in the business? Who did you look up to in the business? And I've already answered these all at every podcast. And I'm like, so I do like doing, like our live stream or like something with you because we have old stories and we can talk about our friendship, not just wrestling. Wrestling's going to be always a part of our life. That's going to be, we did it for so long, it's going to be part of our, DNA. But, to talk about like with our old friends, we get it. We get it. We've been through it. We've been through all this, like the frustrations, like, oh, I didn't get that storyline, all that kind of stuff. And, we didn't have control of what was put on TV. So people are like, why did you do that? And I'm like, well, it's entertainment. They wrote it for me. You know what I mean? So they forget about it. Hi,
Yeah.
wrestling nerd.
You're so right. And it's funny because I'm happy to hear that you have a Twitch. So everyone follow Lisa on her Twitch. And actually, I can put that.
Yeah.
You sent it to me, the
Oh,
link or your
I don't know how. Oh God, I'm learning from you. Yeah, I think it's twitch.tv/Release Marie, I believe. I'm going live tomorrow for the first time, and I have 2 moderators that are going to be helping me. I have a guy from Australia, Mickey D. His handle is Dean Dagus. Was on the phone with me for an hour and a half last night, going over how to set this up. And then my friend Danny, who I hooked you up, she's going to rerun your Whatnot store, Whatnot
yes.
live op. Like she's amazing. I've known her since she was 14 years old.
What? Are you serious? That's so
Yeah,
funny.
she used to drive her dad used to drive her to the restaurant I owned in Louisville, Kentucky, and we became really close friends. And now she runs all my stuff. So yeah, like we really appreciate the fans and like the graphics and all the support and stuff like that. That's I think that's what it's all about is support and not taking it too serious and like belittling us and we're human too. We're human.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, we have to
Oh,
pay our bills and do all and side hustle and all that. I think people forget that we're not driving in a Rolls Royce. We don't get royalty checks afterwards. We still have to hustle. We have to do Comic Cons. We have to do Wrestle Cons. We have to. I do my Whatnot live auctions, and I do my Zoom chatting, and like I sell a lot of my stuff. I don't need anything in my gear anymore. Like, what am I going to do with it? I don't hang myself up on the wall. So I'm selling everything. I don't need it. What's it going to do? Be in a box,
that makes two of
right?
us. Sure. I
Yeah,
want to.
I don't have kids to pass down to. You know what I mean?
Not
Would you guys
yet.
love? No, come on. I'm turning 53. Come on, God no. Moana, lovey, my dogs. Do you want to wear my gear? Oh, she's coming.
Oh,
Okay, she. Hold
I
on.
want to
She'll
put
start.
your Twitch in the chat so everyone can follow your live tomorrow. And
Okay, it's Twitch. Dot. Let me. Can I look? Because I don't know. Because I just
yeah,
started. Hold on.
because I
No.
have it. There's
Okay. Hold on.
I,
Twitch. Twitch.tv/real Lisa Marie.
okay. Let me put that. Okay, so Twitch
This technology crap is for the birds. I'm gonna tell you that.
Lisa Marie. Yes.
Oops, I dropped something.
Yes. So everyone follow her Twitch tomorrow. What time are you going live tomorrow?
5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wait. When
Oh,
smack 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
8 p.m. Eastern
I don't
Standard.
even when
I,
SmackDown is on. I'm gonna try to do it for 30 minutes just to get my feet wet. I don't want to commit to the like hours because if I mess up, I think it's twitch.tv
Twitch.
slash real Lisa Marie. I can't join the chat, you guys. I have to go. I have to go back out, log in, and then go to my YouTube. I don't know how it does. Lisa. I'm sorry. It's twitch.tv/real Lisa Marie. There you
Really?
go. Perfect.
Yay. Yeah,
Boom.
I was gonna try to it's funny because my texts on my computer don't hit my phone and my this and my that or
Mine
whatever.
too. Mine too. I don't have anything downloaded on this laptop. It was strictly for God TV, and that's all I got the laptop for. And then my special camera, and then my speakers. Ooh, hold on. My speakers, and then my microphone, and like all this stuff. And yeah, I didn't want to like have too many files on this because I don't know how computers work, and I'm just like, I'll use my phone for the regular stuff, and then for my social media, this is strictly for podcasting and Twitch and like you and I talking and like yeah. I only have one email log link to this, but yeah, you guys in the future, Foxy and I will probably do a watch along. Um, not
Oh,
even okay. It's not doesn't have to be wrestling, you guys. It could be. I'm into paranormal activity.
me
Um,
too.
are you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
I feel like my house is definitely haunted.
okay, I have to send you links of all the YouTubers I follow. Honestly, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed, and we can watch along one of our, one of the YouTubers. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Let's
so many, and they're so good at freaking editing. Oh my god, and then you see the credits at the end. They have like 30 people helping with their freaking YouTube. We have just four of us on our God TV. You know what I mean? So yeah,
yeah.
it's hard to do this, you guys. This is time consuming. Doing the graphics and promoting and staying on top of stuff. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I love it. I love it. I actually really enjoy it. It's definitely like, for myself, it's just right now, just myself. But, I like making these little screens for you and everything. And like, you know, doing I found this match I was going to show, but I don't know yet how to do the videos
I
on
don't
here.
either. Are you allowed to show any videos when it's copyrighted? I know,
Well,
like when I do Twitch, I can't put the show on the screen. but the
Right.
sound could be in the background, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this I just recorded it and flipped it. Like some of the YouTubers have taught me, like, a lot of the fans like give you a lot of insight about how
Yes.
to use their platforms. And I love it because it makes me feel even more like we're kind of in this like social economics together. Because that's kind of what I think social media is about. Like,
Yeah. Oh, look at the wrestling nerd has a diploma in parapsychology.
oh,
That's freaking awesome.
where's the
Oh my.
wrestling nerd?
He's on the side. He's in the chat room. I don't know how to join the chat, you guys. I would comment back, but I don't
Oh,
want
wrestling
to end
nerd.
this and start another one. Wow. But I'm super into that um and eating.
And eating. Yes, I like that part too now.
We can do a mukbang, like you and I having dinner together and just
Yeah.
conversing, and people can eavesdrop on there. I'm learning a lot on Twitch, like what people actually stream. Like they just stream them all day, not even interacting with the camera, but doing household stuff. You know what I mean? I have an OnlyFans, and but it's PG. I don't do.
You
I,
guys.
I do sexy pictures, age appropriate. Nothing topless, no like feet things, and but it's me cooking. My dogs and me saying, give me a question and I'll answer it about wrestling. Mostly it's about wrestling, you know that, you know. But
Yeah.
that's time consuming too, girl.
Lisa, honestly, like that was kind of like, like I was saying that Twitch and I just like making something else other than wrestling to talk about so then I could like be a part of
Yeah,
this digital space. Like it was kind of like weird though, because like, for myself, like I just got out of my contract in May. So like I know that I couldn't really start a Victoria
yeah,
myself.com, you know what I'm saying? So like
yeah.
it was really painful waiting through the pandemic, seeing like GAW TV going and you guys were like
And
converse
that,
like
you guys, and for you guys are listening, the grown ass women came from Foxy and Mickey James. You guys used to talk about it on your drive. This is what I was told. And yeah, since you were under contract still, she still wanted, what are we going to do during the pandemic? Oh my God, pull our hair out, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, seriously. But I'm glad you got hooked up with uh, Victoria Webb or Danny, because
Yeah.
she runs all of my stuff. Like I'll send her pictures. Can you post this for me? I don't. I mean, I can't be on the phone all day. It drives me bananas. Like, come on, we have families. We have our men in our life, and you're ignoring them. You guys, it's very time consuming. Like to take time. Like we have a no phone rule after 5 p.m.
Mhm.
uh, our time, California time, because when he gets home from work, actually it's 5:30 because he takes the trolley, but that's family time. Like ignore the phone. I'm not, it's let's watch our Netflix, watch our favorite shows, and just have dinner together. And I'm really realizing after we were done with the big companies in wrestling, we have more time to do that now. And it's don't you appreciate it? It's like it's weird. It's almost too much togetherness,
Yeah.
because you're used to going, okay, I'm on the road this weekend, so I'll miss you and come back and we go, oh, lovey dovey. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it's so interesting because, like, for all y'all joining in, there's so many folks in here giving you love. That's what DS says all the time. He's always like, here,
Oh, DSPN. Oh,
he's so
I
sweet.
tagged him on our conversation. Oh, look at
Oh,
Cameron Martin is a good friend of mine. Um,
oh, you
but
got eyes, girl. Oh, I see.
you know what? I don't know what I clicked. It comes up on below your little icon of the not just the chat on the side. It pops up on your pink thing.
Yeah, I see those too. I'm playing with them now. It's so funny because, like you're saying, like kind of managing this thing, one man show thing is kind of funny.
Oh God, it's
You
so, like
know?
multitasking, right? You can't multitask.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't either. So I was like on my Twitch, what I'm doing tomorrow. Mickey D was telling me you can just put the chat on your iPad on the side and then just have the camera on you. And I'm like, I can't have an iPad on the side and look at the chats and then pay attention to what I'm doing on the screen. And I go, no, I can't do that. I can't multitask. I go, I want to give the attention to the camera. I
You
don't, you know
got
what I
it.
mean?
You
Yeah.
got it though, but you're used
Oh,
to this like kind of thing. This is like definitely new to me. I'm clicking everyone
no,
here.
you're good at this. Don't underestimate yourself. I
You're
reached out to you. What the hell? What is OBS? What? How do I down? What the freaking A is OBS? And all this stuff. Like this tech stuff is it's difficult, man. It's a lot of work. You guys don't know. Like it's not like, hey, I click on and I'm live at that 30 minutes or an hour. It's all day. Okay, I got to prep. Now I got to update my software. And I might have on this laptop. I don't think I got a really great one. It was a gift from David. And of course, I'm not going to go. I want this one. I'm like, whatever you get, I'm really appreciative. And I have to update the software every single day. But yeah. But Danny,
yeah.
I wish I had an angle with you. You always have your best angles with your best friends.
Yeah. I mean, there's it's funny because I think we had like two matches. And I think the first one was maybe a tag match. The second one was maybe a singles. This was like SmackDown. And I think I maybe I don't remember. Like I got
Drafted.
drafted back to developmental or drafted to Raw or something like that. But like, sorry guys, I threw my pits in the air there.
This is not sound. Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but that's the thing too about like why I'm so happy to see you is like because we have way more than just wrestling to talk about.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like during the
You're into
pandemic,
crystals and like all the affirmations and all that kind of stuff and smudging and all that stuff too, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
that's
yeah.
so. Yeah, and then if you do a store on whatnot with Danny, sell your homemade crystal bracelets and stuff like that. When I go to Comic Cons, um, believe it or not, I go look for those. The
Oh,
necklaces, yeah, the onyx, and like, and I light the candles over here. I have a white and green one, and I light every time. I have my alarm set for 11:11. So Foxy's into like a lot of spirituality.
yeah. And you know what I did is like, again, during the pandemic, it was really difficult for me because I couldn't have a creative outlet on social media. It was like kind of what everybody was doing. I felt really left out.
Oh,
I felt left out, but this is like not trying to get in my whole feelings here, but I'm just stating like the environment. So what I could do is I was like, "Oh, you know what I'm going to do, babe? I'm going to sell some crystals." So like there's a really awesome wholesaler, like a crystal wholesaler for people that want to bend it, ethically, and it's called a what is it? It's like Riders of the Lost Art or something, but they're
okay.
engaged. We'll have to go down together. And I bought inventory, girl. I spent all the
Can I could suggest something? I know,
yeah.
Dan, and I hope you're watching in here. I don't even see your name actually, but she's tuning in because she wanted to, like see how we do this because we're all learning. But
Mhm.
you and I doing a whatnot together because we can do two stores together.
Oh,
And
awesome.
like you sell one item, then next I'll post something to sell my item, then you go next, and then they can actually hear our stories on there too. So it's
Yeah.
almost like a podcast a little bit, you know what I mean? But let's do that. Mention I'm gonna mention that to Danny after our call. But I love those crystal stuff, and
I
I
gotta send you some. I mean,
yeah
I've got so well, this is what ended up happening is like literally I was like losing my mind. I'm not kidding. Yeah. I have to go back to this crazy versus psycho comment because it's like, yeah.
yeah
Yeah,
Cameron, yeah, crazy versus crazy. We were both known as being crazy in the business. I think
exactly.
no filter, and I don't like to say it was crazy. I like to say fun loving and outgoing and just extroverts at that time, I think.
Totally.
So right. I think they take it wrong where, we're very outgoing and we like the more people the better. I've changed a little bit during the COVID. I'm a little bit of a recluse, and but I think they took it as being crazy, but we were just not shy about meeting new friends and being open. That's the thing,
Right.
right? So it's not really
Right.
psycho, you guys, But I'll
Yeah.
take the psycho. I'll take it. It's okay.
I agree. And it's funny because like the question in the chat's like, how did you both approach the crazy gimmick? You two did it the best, but differently. Yes. Inspo question mark. Thank you, wrestling nerd.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Thank
for
you. That's
myself,
amazing.
I thought it was kind of like at the time, like you're right. I was an extrovert. I loved everybody. I knew like everyone backstage. I just loved everybody.
Yeah.
But I think in the environment that's like kind of a, for the most part, like not everybody, but I felt like I would go to work and everyone's like so serious.
I did notice it changed a little bit when I went back to a Rumble. It was very
Oh
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit more. I was I went outside by myself a lot during that
Mm,
day, and thank you for being there and being so supportive too. I love you for that too.
yeah.
And but uh, I think people. I mean, this has to be not just about wrestling. It has to be fun too, and like getting to know your coworkers. And I miss like I noticed like afterwards, like no one went out to go have dinner together, and that was my favorite part was like hanging out with everybody or just not going out to dinner. We went back to each other's rooms and took off our makeup and then like ate potato chips and watch TV and then just sit on the big king size bed and chit chat and catch up and vent a little bit. It was like kind of like therapy a little bit, you know what I mean? But when I went back, I go, oh my God, I only knew the camera guys and the cable guys and some of the production, and that's who I was talking to most of the day. Was they were like, "Oh, it's change, girl," and I'm like, I can feel it, I can feel it. But I guess change comes with the times. But it was nice to see like familiar faces from my generation. That I if I didn't have you guys like Mickey James, you, Tori, um, oh my gosh, who else was there?
Melina was there that year, I think.
No, she
No.
wasn't. No, she was after. No, she no, and Bailey and like there were certain names that they made me feel comfortable. They came up. They knew. They saw. I'm a. You can read my face. I can't hide any of my feelings. And they kept. I goes, what's wrong? And I go, I'm so nervous. I'm about to. I'm throwing up all day. I'm so freaking nervous. I'm not that Victoria. I'm older. I don't work as fast. And but having back our time together, having you guys there as okay, oh God, I can tell you how I feel without like going, oh my God, Lisa's a mess. I don't want, no, like that kind of thing, that confident friend that I can rely on. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And yeah, I think like you were in the next generation as well, but our generation when we were together, we had, of course, it's like high school. We have our cliques, but we had people we can vent to, Tori and Candace and Chavo and Carlito. Like we had certain friends that that like, hey, I'm feeling a little insecure here, that kind of, or Tommy Dreamer, that kind of stuff. I'm feeling insecure here, and we can vent to them without it getting stooged around. You
To-
know,
Absolutely,
right?
Victoria. Yeah, girl. And it's interesting when you were saying that too, because what came to mind is, on days that I felt like insecure, it was really about finding that person to say something to that wouldn't call me crazy
Yes,
at the place.
yes, yes, yeah. Or take the time out to actually talk to you because when you're backstage, there's some boring times when you're not booked or like you don't have a match. But if someone's busy doing pre-tapes or like I don't know, whatever,
Getting
you
over,
yeah, trying to
over.
push yourself to the top, and you want to chit chat. Lillian Garcia was a lot of help for me too. She used to sit up in the bleachers, and this is when I was having problems with my ex marriage, my divorced, and I would be able to vent to her. And it's I'm not blaming the business at all. I got married too young, but also I put work first and foremost before my relationship and my family. But now I'm realizing that's all important now. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of sacrifice. Exactly like that song, Sacrifice, right? That's a great theme song for freaking pro wrestling and maybe music entertainment. I watch a lot of Osborne podcast. Do you watch Ozzy Osbourne podcast?
No, but I saw that they had
Jack
one.
Osborne does paranormal. Jack Osborne does paranormal. Okay, yeah. So I'm addicted to their show too. But I was like, I couldn't imagine living that generation, like hearing the stories. He has no filter too. But I'm like, oh my God, they were on the road 24/7. You know what I mean? God, crazy.
It's
I'm not.
so yeah. I'm happy that we were able to cross locker room paths, thank God.
Yeah,
And you all, like
yeah,
you, Mickey, and then also like I saw Chrissy Hemme recently, and
yeah,
it was just one of those good sister things that that these girls connect to the girls that that you connect with, that we'll see, it was like, I'll talk to you later, and you knew it, and like the appearance went, we didn't get to reconnect and catch up or anything, or just, we
yeah,
gave each other the love and stuff, but we didn't get to really
yeah.
like talk, or, especially post machine, because it's like our talks would seem different. Like, I mean, I feel that, you know, in all honesty, I think I'm learning that to see a good sister neutralizes my experience, like in those dark, in the whatever
The
cubbies and
insecure parts, the
yeah,
parts that you're like second guessing, and also too, do you feel like this is how I describe like our generation girls? Like you have that elementary school or junior high school or high school friend. When you see each other, it's like it's time haven't hasn't changed, and you just continue on. I think like our generation girls, when we catch up, we see each other. Um, we just it's like we're back in that day, and we
yeah,
still just communicate and that like try to catch up. There's so much has changed in our own life, like growing up and being adults and stuff like that, and people having families. Don't get me, like, I cannot believe some of my friends are parents, and I still feel like a kid, barely, like, I'm like, I cook for my dogs. I can't imagine having a child of my own. I cook for my dogs. They're my kids. But I feel like we catch up. And also too, like we try to get together after the show, but we got old. We go to bed early.
oh yeah, totally, lots of
Like
change.
doing the shows, like doing those shows, um, you're on. Even if you're just doing a signing and not wrestling, you're doing a signing, you're on for the fans. So you don't have time to like catch up with your friends in the business, because we're like, I want this fan to have a good experience meeting me, and I want to hear their thoughts and like what do they remember, that kind of stuff. And then afterwards you're just like, you're so people, it's you come in with energy, and you leave with no energy, and you're just like, hey, you guys want to go do this? I'm like, ooh, is there a hotel lobby restaurant? Because after we eat, I need to go to bed and sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then there's the bed, and that's like
Yes.
that's the interesting thing about, that life on the road. And like most of the time in my career, I was pretty much single. Like I didn't really like have time to like, or maybe you date, but you're like not, you're selective dating. You're not trying to like,
Yeah.
I'm just maybe, yeah, okay. I was like, maybe I'll just talk for myself. Like I kind of knew the people I were dating weren't really like where I didn't, it was not, if it were something serious, I think
Yeah. It
it would
wasn't like, they know what they signed up for. I'm on the road. I can't
come
pick
on
up
the
my
road.
phone. I can't text you. Okay, just deal
Exactly.
with it. Yeah.
And don't
And
be
you
wanting,
and I had this discussion too. We do Voxer. We have normies as our loved ones. I have David, and your boyfriend is Mike.
my, mhm.
Okay, yes, and they're not in the wrestling business or fans of wrestling. And we were talking about, it's hard to like do audio messages and talk about wrestling, because my boyfriend will go, "Oh, what's that all about?" And I'm like, "Oh no, it was it's too much to fill you in on." Or it's a double edged sword, because when they know nothing about wrestling, you have to fill them in a little bit about wrestling, and you're like, "Well, it's family time. Let's not talk about my work." And then when they know certain, it's really difficult to either date someone that's in the business or someone that's completely knows nothing about the business, right? Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, Mike knows nothing about the business. He's
yeah.
not bothered. And him naturally is just cool like a cucumber. And so, but
I
when
know.
we
I follow you on Instagram. You guys look so in love. It's
oh,
beautiful. It's
you're so
beautiful.
sweet.
It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
I love him so much. Like, he's so, he's so emotionally mature, which I didn't recognize at first. I thought that, "What's wrong with me? I'm so different," and I
Yeah,
realized that that's a good compliment, because 'cause I'm still I mean, I am still possibly a little tender from my professional life.
yeah,
However, I know I'm not my job, and then there's a
yeah,
lot to just kind of, like, pack into that.
yeah. And yeah, I think he grounds you,
Yeah.
because yes, wrestling is part of our life and it's always going to be part of our life, but you know, it shouldn't define us. When we're home, we're done with all this stuff. When I take my makeup off, Victoria Tara doesn't exist. I'm Lisa. I'm in my muumuu, no makeup. Um, you know, I'm ready to watch just normal life. You know what I mean? I learned kind of quickly how like I can separate myself when I'm done with a Comic Con or a WrestleCon. I'm exhausted. It takes me days. That's why you don't see me on social media afterwards. I'm sleeping and I'm recharging, but I can separate the two now. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Except when I'm working, like the weekend. If David texts me like on a Saturday and I'm at the Comic Con, I'm like, dude, I'm working. I don't. And I'm never on my phone there. I give it to someone that's like with me. And if I need to post something and I go, can you post this? And I'll tell them what to write. But I think like at Comic Cons and WrestleCons and stuff like that, it's so rude when you see someone scrolling on their freaking phone while they're doing an appearance.
Oh,
Because they'll pass by your table, go, oh, I
like, how
saw you on your phone. I didn't want to bother you. Or you're like, I'm here to be bothered. There's a time and place to be freaking on your phone. So yeah, I just went on this ADHD, you guys. This is the poster child.
me too. I was following right behind you. I'm like, honk, honk. Yeah, there's some questions for you. Did you ever wrestle each other? I mean, maybe. I mean, well, I'll have
Yeah,
to go
very
and just
little. Not enough time to kind of fill each other out. Yeah, and then
right.
what Comic Con have I done?
Oh,
Too many to count. I'm Miss Comic Con Queen. Yeah.
that's
And
awesome.
if you guys like want to know my appearances, just follow me on Instagram, real Lisa Marie. That I post. I don't want to plug too much on here.
Why
I post
not?
everything
This
on
is
there.
your space. This is your
No,
space.
it's okay. No, I wanted to catch up. I was telling you, I don't want to know the questions you're asking me. This is us just chit
Yeah.
chatting. People can be a fly in the wall of you and I just talking about real
Yes,
life, adulting.
exactly. Exactly. It's
Yeah,
funny because when we were going back to like kind of like what grounds us, like I'm so happy that you have a great partner and you've been with him a long time. And during the pandemic, I got to watch GOT TV and I got to see you guys like I got to experience life through you guys so deeply because I know you. I think at the time you all were out of the machine and then Val was there, she had a different experience, but even when you had guests in, you were
yeah.
really
It was catching up to old times like you and I are. My
yeah,
favorite things were the people like Chavo or Candace or Tori, like the people we worked with were so long. And
yeah.
we wouldn't talk about, we're like, hey, remember this time we were riding this town to this town when we went bowling, like stuff like that. But um, it's definitely difficult to have a relationship once you're in this business. I think um, exposing them, like, okay, this is for example, you're going to pop on this. You ready?
Mm.
Okay, so I was scheduled on the Jericho cruise. I've never been on a cruise, and I got to bring David. David knows nothing about wrestling. He might know The Rock, Hulk Hogan. I somehow he knew Jake the Snake. I don't know. I don't know how, but that was it. That was it. And so we're walking down the hall, and he goes, "There's that guy that you always talk about is so nice to you." He goes, the older guy." And then I look. I was like, "Okay, well, shh, shh, don't talk, don't talk." Let me look up, and I go, "Oh, that's Ric Flair." His name's Ric Flair. Yeah, he didn't know anyone. And I just like I told him, did we have a blank face to say, pretend, you know, don't ask me there who everybody is. You know what I mean? So
Don't ask me there.
smarten them up on who's who was difficult because I was still on that cruise to hang out with fans and I can't fill them in on the details at that time. So it's just it's very difficult to unless you've experienced it yourself, you get it. You know,
I
that's why I think we all have this connection, like you and I, you know, we started talking, you know, like a few days ago, and it was just like hasn't changed. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
so nice. And like, the funny thing that you're saying about like don't ask me who that is here, like all that the way we still like carry ourselves in that space with like our like our life with us, because like Mike went to events and he was pretty cool, everything. Um, but he really loves Boogeyman. Marty,
Oh,
Boogeyman,
he's so nice though. He still
yeah,
comes. Does he come up to you and say, "How you doing, ma'am? Ma'am?" He calls me ma'am.
I don't even know. I don't even know. He just is. I just go boogie, boogie, woogie, like, And I think that was actually one of the only wrestlers that Mike knew was Boogeyman, and it was
Yeah,
just so funny seeing his face when he met him. His face was like, oh,
yeah.
and like I said, Mike's pretty a shy guy. He's pretty sweet, like just
He's
quieter.
not as extrovert introvert as you and I. Like
Correct,
we're
correct.
like they're more of the back scene and just like observing a little bit. I get it. Yeah.
And
Yes.
it was nice because when he saw Boogie, like he just like everything just like flowered out, and it's like
Yeah.
that's the effect that I think like wrestling provides like everybody, and then even us, that we continue to give when you're at Publix, if you're at the grocery store, like even if
Yeah.
you're with the machine, right?
Yeah.
And like that's the one thing, like when I was watching y'all like God TV and stuff, it was cool seeing you guys in a whole different conversation, maybe
Yeah.
talk about wrestling, maybe
In
not
our
talk
natural environment, our home. If
in your
you're invited in your home, like this, like your show, you're in your home. I'm in my home. I'm
yeah,
in my pajamas right now. I'm in my pajamas, and I get to sit at home and talk to good friends like this, and have like you guys in the live chat and everybody like interested in like what happens life after wrestling, even though we're still in the business. It's always going to be tagged with us. But like when Mike said when he saw Boogie, like David goes, "Oh, Chavo's there. Like, are we going to go out to dinner or Jake the Snake?" He goes, "Ask if you can have a table next to Jake the Snake." Like because Jake, he loves talking. Like there's some people that they don't need to put themselves over. They're just
mhm,
human. You know what I mean? They're not in their
in their
element. Yeah,
space,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's like
We did what we did, Foxy.
mhm,
We did what we did. We don't have anything else to prove. We worked hard, and for our fans, the fans out there, like we are human and we're very normal. And I always get uncomfortable when someone's like, "I was so scared to say hi to you." I'm like, "What?" I think I'm the most approachable person ever. I don't judge or anything like that. And but we have a life after wrestling and we do normal stuff. I have pee pee pads that I had to pick up dog poop on. I gotta clean. I wash the floors on my hands and knees, and like we do. They forget that we're still human. We're not, balling. You get it? Ball. I don't know why I said balling, but rolling in the dough, and yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's
Don't
kind
ask
of
me
the
why I just went there. Don't
because
ask me. You must have triggered something. Okay.
that's the thing about like when y'all are doing God TV, everyone, at least in the chat, or like, a lot of the people that help me learn how to do the Twitch are people that are in the chats here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to like go find your folks, right? Like, help
That's
me.
mine. That's all my friends that I'm like going, hey, I have somebody. Yeah, that's like Mickey D. His handles Dean Baggis. Danny Ray is Victoria Web org. The first MySpace fan site of mine that still is running, not on MySpace but on her site. all like so when I post an outfit, she goes, "Did you wear this in the ring?" And I go, "I don't remember. I don't know." And she has all the pictures from the shows. So she goes, "Yeah, you wore it this 2003 or like that kind of stuff." But thank God for you guys out there, like for being so supportive and not judgy and not just just being human and treating us like your friend,
Yeah.
right?
And keeping us in the conversation, because that's exactly how I got onto Twitch. Is my friend Blue Magic, who I think his handle is Blue Magic, but Blue was like, you should have a Twitch. And he has other platforms, like he promotes a lot of like smaller wrestlers that didn't have, not smaller, I shouldn't say
Like
that.
independence, trying to make it big to the big stage. Yeah,
Yeah, and he helped me out because like in my WWE experience, like I didn't have much merch, and I think when it comes to royalties today, that's why I don't get paid anything. I don't have any checks coming in. Like I got one for $51. Like I think I told you about that. And that was like, I don't even know. During the pandemic, I didn't get one royalty check. But
it's nothing went to. There was no magazines, there was no DVDs anymore, so everything went on the platform of the channel, the stream.
totally. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay, fine. Didn't we sign up for that, right? We'll just say that, right? In our contract,
yeah,
right? It's just like whatever, how they do their own math that doesn't make math. But today, you know, how do we bring in income as women? How do we like get our names on the map and not like Google Alicia Fox and there's any past history come up? Like that's why I was like, you got to get a trademark, a website, and start a stream. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because you got to hear it from my mouth, from my face right now. That was like so important for me. And like
yeah.
during the pandemic, when I wasn't on TV, it was so painful for me because I'm like, I can't even I can't even be a person and I'm not even working. I'm not I'm not like it makes that, you know, it really changes.
It humbles you. It makes you go, what do I have to offer? Because when during the pandemic, I worked for a restaurant, Buco de Beppo. I could
um
not sit at home and not make an income, even though it was shit pay. Oh, dude, I basically worked for free. But when they started doing delivery, I was the only waitress that got held on and to help package the delivery because I was going insane. I got to do something. I don't know what, but this is why I say this too. When people are trying to get into the business too, have a backup plan.
mm,
I have college experience. Have something to go, okay, what if I tear my knee? What if something happens to my neck? I have something to fall back on, you know? Yeah.
I mean, and
But you
that's
were
no
going crazy. You were going crazy, and then you said trademark your name and stream and stuff like that. But you couldn't do it because you were still under contract, correct?
correct. And y'all, that's no myth. Have a backup plan. That's no myth. That's no myth. You can be a wrestler all you want, but have a backup plan. That's no myth.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna wrestle
yeah,
forever. I too got another job. Like it was like a retail store that I love, but I wasn't bringing in any money because I was spending it, at the store.
yeah, yes, yeah,
Today that hula hoop came back around because that experience of being on the road with that credit cards and fronting these bookings, yes, like whatever. I've heard stories of wrestlers paying their own way to get to work all the time, no problem. But for me, I still had American Express credit card that I had during the pandemic and I
Oh
couldn't,
no.
you know what I'm saying? And so I'm at this point now where it's come back around. So what I need is a job. So that's what I'm gonna go
Yeah,
get, right?
yeah,
So, I think there's a lot of like inner work that has to have taken root in our patterns for us to have to go do that because,
yeah,
at the same time to still participate in wrestling industry, I'm on the phone, I'm doing the this, I'm doing the that. That sometimes it is hard for my ADD brain to like get my other
yeah.
function. I need to make money and
It's like
not.
your head, your mind still continues on when you go to sleep. You're just like thinking, like, okay, what do I need to do next? And like, it doesn't shut off. Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah, and we can tell the people in the business now. save your money. You know, you don't know the rainy day, like, we don't know we're going to have a pandemic again and not work and stuff like that. So we can tell them all day long. They're not going to listen. I think going through it taught us how to be frugal and be a little smart about adulting. I'm not saying I'm the best. This is why I'm doing Whatnot live auction. I'm doing my Twitch. I'm doing my Zoom chats in my store and stuff like that. But I learned a little bit late in life. I think, yeah.
I think you're right on time. Like me too. Like, and the interesting is like, you know, we're not, I mean, I'm going to speak for myself because for me, I'm not unique to someone that wants to pay and feel proud about them paying their bills on time and stuff like that. Like, a lot of people go get second jobs, they get on their streams, they do all these things. It's so interesting that I'm like, that is what humbled me is I'm not unique. I can do all these things, like I I want to participate in wrestling, something I've really like built a skill around. But, it's weird because for me, like, sometimes I wasn't needed or booked or whatever. But I don't know. It's an interesting experience to add deep. I don't know. It gets wonky
Oh,
sometimes.
and I have to disagree with you right there.
Okay.
You said you're not unique.
Well,
I actually cannot believe that came out of your mouth.
you're
Uh, you are very unique. You are very unique. Your personality, your look, everything about you is unique. So I think this is us being a little insecure and self doubting ourselves, which we do. This is human in every business, and especially when you're on TV, you self doubt a lot, and how and have really bad days. You know what I mean? Like, am I pretty enough? Am I thin enough? This is entertainment, and that's part of it. And I disagree with you. You are unique.
you're thank you, Lisa. Thank you, God. I'm sitting here like, because it's funny because, like, in starting these live streams, which I'm so happy that you're starting a live stream, like, and like I said, back to God TV, I like seeing all
Yeah,
y'all there, but, like, I knew at one point I was curious if each of you were going to have your own thing, like, on these live platforms. Like, the platform started to change during the pandemic too, so it was like
yeah,
more ways for us to, like, tell our stories on our platforms in our person
yeah.
at our home in our comfort zone. And to me, sometimes it didn't start in a wrestling conversation first. I mean, I'm all over the place here, but
Wait, hold on. Pause. You're frozen.
am I?
I'm circling. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
You're
you.
frozen.
Am I?
Okay, there, now you're back. Okay,
Okay,
I just jiggled the mouse. I jiggled the mouse.
good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just
We were
love
talking
talking
about
to
Twitch streaming and stuff like that.
you.
Yeah, and then sharing our story. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
I know.
important to me. Like, that was, like, what I was seeing is I was like, the second I can have a stream or a website, I was like, it's important for me to, like, tell my story about Total Divas, WWE, Victoria Crawford. It was so, like, the ultimate thing that I wanted to do. I didn't think about making a living. I wasn't thinking about anything else
Yeah,
other than being like, "Hey guys, my name is Victoria," like reintroducing myself. And I was
yeah.
obsessed during the pandemic with it. I couldn't even say
It sucked because I kept on calling you. Did you catch me calling you Alicia a lot because of your character? And I'm like, oh, let me just call her Foxy. I'm just going with Foxy because that's all I know. Like, I know you as Victoria, but when I say Victoria, it just sounds weird coming out of my mouth. It's not smooth. It's not smooth. Hey, do you remember, by the way, that Gail Kim and I spent the night at your house? Like, didn't we stay in the night at your house before?
that would be so. Let me think. It's funny when you said that. I'm like, did you guys
Are you in
really?
the same house that God, I don't know how many years ago it was, but I thought Gail Kim was with us and we went out to dinner.
Speaking of Gail,
Oh God, it was so long ago. So long. You were living with your sister at the time.
okay, yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense in Tampa probably because now I'm in Jacksonville. Woo!
Oh,
Boom.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back in Jacksonville. My sister's remarried, or she's in Jacksonville too. So we're both here. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Doesn't the Pope Elijah Burke live in Jacksonville,
He lives in Jacksonville.
Florida?
Yes, he lives in
Yeah.
Jacksonville, and that's the thing too is like for me when I was on the road, like I tried LA. I don't know if you remember. I can't even.
I, I did too. Okay. Yeah. Uh huh.
I tried LA, but it didn't make any sense with like the West Coast traveling on the road and just what that looked like, right? You got less time and less you. But the reason to go to LA is if I could get work. I wasn't getting work. I wasn't really able to get other work, and that's kind of I think why you get to LA to try to like expand your resume, like whatever the deal, your
Yeah.
portfolio. But then coming back, and I didn't know anywhere to go in LA, in a sense of like quick grocery store, quick dry cleaning, quick things so I can quickly get
Nope.
home, turn over the luggage. But when I got back home, like I was real familiar with these routes, and it was like made this transition off the road and like, finding a partner, like made life easier because I was familiar.
Easier. Yeah.
It was weird because it also brought out like how anybody can really adapt. Like I was surprised like how strong we really are. Like we adapt on the road 300 days a year. We adapt like away in a separate life, like
Yeah.
completely away from this one.
Yeah.
And the
So do you think that like us uprooting and traveling 4 days a week, landing in our town, and then driving 200 miles to the next town, then driving another 300 miles to the next town, we got to adapt really quick like that. We got to live in the hotel. We're like, okay, I got to get, I got to get used to that. You know what I mean? But being like, are you from Jacksonville?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I'm in San Diego. Okay, and when people try to book me, oh God, your plane tickets are so expensive. And I go,
Mm.
not if you get it early enough. Get it early, and it's not expensive. But the time zones and stuff like that is really hard. And I didn't adapt to LA life at all either. It's not a wrestling town. It's not people don't. It's more like Brad Pitt and like big time celebrities, Tom Cruise and all that kind of stuff. And it's a very lonely life when I lived in LA. I lived with Tori. That was my roommate. I felt comfortable, but making friends outside, they were all struggling actors. And it was very lonely. If you don't have that in common with them, you're just like going, oh my, yeah, I don't know who to make friends with here. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I'm in San Diego because my three brothers and my dad, we're all in California, and I needed to be near home.
Mhm. Mhm.
I want to be a call away. If something happens, I can I can get to them in time, and it's just a
Yeah.
comfort for me. So that's why when you go to Jacksonville, you feel comfort, the familiar. That's how I feel here. And when people go, man, you spent an arm and a leg on your studio loft, and I'm like, I'm not moving out of California. This is I've been raised here, not in San Diego, but in California. I I am paying arm and leg. I'm comfortable here. Let my sanity be at peace. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It's like, it's funny because we were talking about Lillian Garcia earlier, and she really helped me out that time I moved to LA because I actually was going to move in with a girlfriend. And then the girlfriend, like the first day I got there, the girlfriend and I were not getting along. So then
Oh my God.
it was
Yeah.
bad. Like you
That's
can,
terrible.
it was so bad.
Hey,
Like,
welcome. How was your flight? I hate you.
yeah, like literally, like, and there was another girlfriend who was witness to this, and I remember looking at her like, did she just say that we probably shouldn't live together? But like, literally, my UPS hadn't even gotten there. So what initially happened, like, this was the start of my LA. Is like Lillian came and picked me up, or no, you know what? I ended up staying there or something, but then I flew to work. It was a quick trip turnaround. But on the way back, Lillian said I could stay with her and Chris, her husband, and they would drive me around to find an apartment. Now, I had already was renting with my sister, but and this was like the economic move to like test out LA was to move in with my girlfriend, and give her a few $100 or whatever the deal was. I can't remember at the time, to be honest. However, it like I said, Lillian was the one that drove me around and to find an apartment, and then that was even more
Yeah.
of a situation to sign another lease. Like, that's crazy. LA wasn't my home,
Yeah.
So then what ended up happening is I ended up going back to Tampa. The office gave me a favor and helped me pay for all my flights to change from LA to all the live events I was on. And I tell you what, that was over 5 grand. It
Oh,
was a lot. I could not
yeah.
even wrap my head around this choice I had made. But
Yeah.
um, regardless, like, you're right. Like, there are girls that, like Lillian, that have helped us all,
Yeah.
and it's just interesting that it's just an interesting time to reconnect, and I think maybe too the best thing we have is social media, you know what I'm saying, right now, to
Yeah.
make this kind of like demonstration of unity, like, like you had a lot of people on your show and you could demonstrate, look, we do have great friends in wrestling and we don't have to talk about
Yeah.
wrestling, and I think
Yeah.
it's interesting how with whatever's going on in wrestling right now, like, we're still like catch up. We don't even, you know what I'm saying? We're not bothered
Yeah.
by the things
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
wrestling we would be.
Yeah.
I don't
Like I don't follow Stooge. I mean, I follow Stooge sites. Those are wrestling sites, you guys, for the normies out there. But I don't follow gossip and all that kind of stuff. You got to take that with a grain of salt. And like my phone was blowing up. Did you hear this? Did you hear this? And I'm like, no. I'm sure there's another side. There's another side. Come on, we've been through this. You know what I mean? But I think yeah, that's why when I'm on podstars.net, right, that one, I was like,
Mhm.
I'm not talking about all the negativity, anything. I had a great experience in my career. I don't I don't open the wound and that kind of stuff. Please don't ask me negative stuff, and that's why I'm very selective on who I do this with. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, isn't that crazy? But yeah, Lillian's was you find out who your true friends are when you're going through a little bit of a turmoil in your crossroads to adulting after, Tori reached out to me. She goes, come move with me, come move with me. I live in West Hollywood. I lived in West Hollywood. I don't think I had a straight friend. I
Mm.
only hung around the gay community.
I
And
didn't. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
yeah,
Totally.
I loved it. I loved it. Those are my people. And I remember passing by the Abbey and someone goes, Victoria, you coming in tonight? And I go, oh, I need to back off on this nightlife things with the clubs and stuff like that. When they knew me by name and saying, are you coming in? I go, I'm walking to the grocery store right now. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. But it
Oh,
wasn't, yeah, it was just not for me. The traffic and just, oh, it was just go, 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 go. You just felt like you can't leave your house and be normal. I was so
yeah.
exhausted to leave my house. Yeah, right. Don't you have another meeting right now or no?
At 6:30.
Oh, 6:30. Okay, okay. All right, all right. Oh, wrestling nerd. You must be our people here.
I love it.
Seriously.
Yeah, I think they love seeing us together. I mean, I love hanging
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
doing RuPaul DragCon too in LA. I'm doing that signing.
Oh, awesome.
I'm not getting paid for it. I work a booth, the Wrestling Guy store. Um,
Awesome.
just simply because I want to get into RuPaul DragCon, and I don't make money there because you can't keep me at my booth long enough because I'm too like, what is that? Oh, look at, oh, like the makeup and all the stuff. It's such a party scene. Like, no, you don't have to drink there, but the DJ, the music, and just how people are so like accepting at that RuPaul
Mhm.
DragCon. There's no
That's
judging.
that's
You know
my
what I
vibe.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
I love it. Me too. Me too.
that's my
Yeah,
vibe.
I love it.
And, that was kinda the funny thing about, like, when I reflect on wrestling, I'm like, "Oh, these people are my vibe." Like, I mean, back in the day, because I was still, like,
Yeah,
a kid running, like, um, but I think that was, like, kind of where that's kind of where I can reflect on, be like, "Man, I was a naive kid there, like, thinking this like, that
I
these
think
were."
we all started naive there. I think we were all naive. Not
Right.
we didn't know anything. We were young. Yeah,
I'm naive, and it's funny because, like, for me, I definitely have, like, alcohol addiction in my story there, and, And I reflect on those memories too. It's funny when I remember once purchasing a bottle and the liquor guy was like, "I'll see you tomorrow." And I'm like, "No, you won't." And I think he did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm saying all those things because I am human and that's what it was. But
Yeah. And
when
you're
I
recover. You're sober now. You're sober now, and this was your avenue to kind of snap things out. Yeah. Yeah. Snap
to
things into place.
survive, like I think what I was drinking about sometimes is also like feeling a little like beat up in my neck or whatever the deal was. Like I was just in a pattern. But
Yeah.
I can tell the way I thought about my job then is different than the way I like think about it today, like in that chapter. And that's
Yeah.
growth for me. That's how I know, man, I was naive only in this recent time because I'm like actively trying to be more mature. I'm actively like trying to like build a life, like I know I'm not my
Yeah.
job, but when I was in that chapter of my life, that was my life. That was my
Yeah.
person.
I know. Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm going to tell you, like, you just recently got out of contract. Um, I'm always here for you, by the way. But every year you learn something a little bit different. You're like, God, why didn't this click in my head back then? Like now, I get it now. I get it. Let me turn off this light. Jeez, the sun is reflecting off the building. There's a high rise across the street from me. So, but every year you're gonna go. Why didn't I realize this? I think every year we grow up, even months, you're like, it dawned on me. Like everything's gonna go. Why didn't I think of this back then? But we were young and we were easily, we are being molded to be our character and perform. You know what I mean? So we were all naive. We were all naive. I didn't curse. I never said the F word before freaking pro wrestling. But when we go over matches, then I'm gonna F and do this to your face, and then F and this. Like I was like, of course, it's part of my language now. Yeah,
Yeah, that is so true. It's funny because
yeah.
I kind of didn't think that ride was going to end. I thought they were going to offer me another contract in May, but in my
Never
subconscious,
say never. Never say never. Yeah.
I
It
really
could
want to
happen.
say never. Just kidding. But but you're right. Never say never. But I really thought it was funny. Like up until the end of my contract, I'm like, ooh, I'm still naive, because I was like, oh, I still have a lot to offer. I could go learn more skills. I could go do this. I could do that. Whatever you guys need, whatever you guys need. But
Yeah.
regardless of that thing, like now in the industry, it's so big. Like all those Comic Cons, all those things you get to do, all these people that have promotions that are trying to like make something new for women.
Yeah. There's different platforms for wrestling. There's different companies. It's like, there's the good thing about having all these big TV shows for wrestling. Am I frozen? Okay, sorry. And there's more work for the young talent or the old talent and stuff like that. And I think a lot of us old timers have a lot to offer with like working the camera. I don't want to be on TV like with uh, if they offer me manager or something like that, or that kind of stuff. But if I think like me being an agent, I think I have a lot to offer on that part. I've already lived my life on the screen, and we have our show here. We have
Mhm.
our show here, so we
Yeah.
don't need anything. It's like we still have our loyal fans that follow us, and we can still talk to and stuff like that. But I don't need to go. Oh, put me on TV. I don't. It's not. It doesn't. It doesn't make me like. What's the word I'm looking for? That's not me. I
Mhm.
like to help other people. I'm over that. I think my age process too. Like I'm just like, hey, I want to have fun. I want to live my life, and I want to help people.
Yeah. I and
Right?
it's so nice because it's like everywhere you go, I mean, you you can you can just
Yeah,
share, share the
yeah,
wrestling, share the wrestling. And it's interesting because a lot of I mean, especially you, like a lot of people grew up watching you, it must be like the girls that are working today, like they are in wrestling because of you, you know, and then you really like, I mean, I've heard
But
what
I was in the wrestling business for some because of somebody else. So like, yeah, it's when people ask me that, it's like I feel like a grandma going, "Oh, my grandkids made it."
that's
You
amazing.
know,
That's
or they're going to
amazing.
the same college as I did. That kind of stuff. You know, you still feel proud. It's a different industry, a different beast now. I saw it change very drastically. I'm a little nervous about my Twitch tomorrow that's going live because I'm hoping that I can. The wrestling style is so fast that I'm an old school style wrestler, and I'm like going. I just hope I don't. Like if it's so fast, I'm not gonna be able to like talk about it, so much. But I'm not there just to watch SmackDown with you guys on Twitch. I'm here to communicate with you guys. Just ask me normal questions, not just wrestling, but I'll have wrestling in the background. That you know what I mean. So yeah, but God dang, like it is a roller coaster though, right, Foxy? Like wrestling changes so drastically, like music changes too. You know what I mean? And acting and all that kind of stuff. So it's when we talk about this like on camera, and don't you ever like when I do a lot of podcasts, I'm like, I can't believe I did all that stuff. I don't feel old enough. I should be 80 years old from what I've experienced, but I'm only turning 53, but I should be. I can't, like, when people remember certain things, I go, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Like, we work so much, 4 days a week, no days off. Like, like there's no off season that I don't remember buildings and stuff like that. Like, but we've done a lot.
We have
A
done a
lot.
lot. And it's funny because I was just talking to Red Velvet the other day, and her aim
I
is
love
like,
her. I love her.
she is so sweet.
Sweet. Oh, she's so positive too. I
Yeah,
love
I
her.
was just about to say she's so positive, and she was like, "I aim to stay present." She was like, everything she said was, like, present and being present, and she said it enough where I started learning what it was. Like, I'm like, "Am
Yeah.
I present? Like, how do I get present? How do I stay present?" And, conversations like this, seeing and, like, actively trying to talk about wrestling in little segments and stuff like that to me brings a lot of presence to my mind. It actually helps me mentally and
Yeah.
emotionally because I don't feel
You're
like
fresh
people
out of the business, Foxy. You're fresh out of the business. It's like it's going to take a little time, it's and to adjust, and but you have like a circle of friends that you can vent to and stuff like that. I'm always here for you because I've been retired for so long, but I I went through it all. I already went through it. You know what I mean? I'm not sad about it. Um, Made me a little stronger. Like now, like no filter. Like I kind of stand up for what I don't care what. Of course, I'm insecure. Like I'm a little self conscious about stuff, but if I am what I am what I am, and take it or leave it. You're gonna love me or hate me, but it's not gonna. I'm not gonna lose sleep if you despise me. It's not. You have no effect on my life. I have my family. I have my man in my life. I have my close circle of friends, and that's what matters. And they make me happy. So I've like learned to separate myself from negative people. Like I'm like, okay, I can't take this. Boom, I gotta put the wall up. I gotta put the wall up. You know what I mean? That took me a long time to do too.
wow. Yeah, Lisa, you're so beautiful and amazing. Like like from the moment, like everything.
Oh God,
You
stop
know,
it.
And it's funny because I remember when I first got in the locker room, I think I know I asked Michelle McCool if I could bring my bags in, but I don't know if I also asked. I think you were there. Charmel was there, and I was like trying to make sure I asked her, "Can I sit in here for a second?" But then it got all, you know. Then I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, it's a blur. It's a blur. I
Then
know.
we
I
just
know.
started growing up and doing the things, and um,
Is it weird that like I'm about to turn I'm turning 53 freaking Saturday, and I still mentally I feel like I'm 16 or 18 years old, still figuring out life. So it's never gonna end. never going to end. You know what I mean? You're always going to question stuff and like over. I think we're overthinkers, overthink things, and it's going to prevent us from sleeping, overanalyze, and you're just like going, man, I got to let this go and just enjoy what I have right now. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you got
Oh,
a
thank you.
beautiful yay, happy birthday. Oh my gosh,
I don't
so
know how you can multitask,
okay,
honestly.
I don't I'm trying to like I don't even
Yeah, I
know.
know. That's your job. To like, like I don't. You're gonna have to walk me through how I can join chats on future things. Like it
Yeah,
when I put join the chat, it said join with YouTube, and I'm like, oh god, it's gonna take me off the screen. I don't want to do this. Yeah,
everyone
but
knows I am always clicking buttons on my Twitch and kicking us off and everything. I'm always doing
yeah,
that. But
that's gonna
tomorrow,
happen tomorrow.
yeah, so tomorrow's SmackDown watch along with Lisa Marie Varon.
Yeah,
Um, let me know if I can help you like moderate or run the chat
thank
or
you.
do all the stuff. Yeah, I'm
Thank
so here
you. I
for it.
think my first one, I'm just telling people be patient because I'm learning this myself. If something, if it ends up like 5 minutes, okay, I didn't do this right. Let me do another one, that kind of thing. So I'm not too worried about it. I kind of stress over that kind of stuff a little bit. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing on this technical side, but I think people will understand, right? Like, right, we're gonna make mistakes. This is come on, this is not easy. This stuff,
I'm telling you,
downloading like the
ev-
OBS and I'll freak. I still don't know what OBS is. I have OBS because my friend downloaded it for me. Yeah, so yeah,
everyone is
but
gonna give you so much support and love. Like it's so
yeah,
easy, like to just get started with your
yeah.
moving, I guess. But it's not. I
Well,
did.
you got the support and love because you're easy to love. You have a great big heart, open mind, and very easily an easy person to talk to. And I love you. And if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. And we'll do the join Twitch together. Maybe watching Paranormal Files.
Yeah,
Wrestling nerd, you might want to you know, I have a lot like on my YouTube. I follow like maybe 20 paranormal people. So yeah,
that is so
yeah.
awesome. And we have
Okay,
to do
get
our
something to eat. Don't you have like a meeting in like 10 minutes?
yeah, and we also have to do our what weight double store thing going on, or
Oh yeah, or the whatnot.
what? Yeah.
The whatnot. Okay, I'll talk to Danny, and we'll schedule that. We'll chit chat on Boxer and say what
Yeah.
day we want to do, and then do our whatnot together.
Yeah, I'm free all the time, and I'm so
I am
happy that
too.
you're gonna be on live platforms, Lisa, because like, I think that's just where it's at. Like,
I
it's
know. I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous.
just
Yeah.
do it. Live TV, like, this is, like, what I felt was, like, such a perfect idea. I was like, "That's
Isn't
great."
it weird? Like here, I'm nervous to go live stream, and then here we went live wrestling, no retakes. You got one shot to get the match, and then here I'm nervous about the freaking live stream for what we've been through. Shame on us. Shame
You're
on us.
you're gonna be fantastic, and it's like and you're just so comical, you're so
Oh,
full of life, you're beautiful.
I love you.
It's funny because I bet you're gonna land, like, a hosting gig or wherever you
Oh
see
God, no, no, I doubt it. No.
who
Yeah,
knows? Wherever
yeah.
life goes, like,
Exactly. Wherever life goes.
I'm front
That's
row.
it. Yeah. Oh, I love you.
Like,
Okay,
"Lisa,
I love you. All
I love
right.
you."
Okay, go do your next meeting. It's in 20
Okay.
minutes. Get something to eat first, for God's sakes.
I know, I need to go finish my breakfast.
Yeah, I have a bowl of I made chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. I made homemade chicken noodle soup, and it's still in the bowl in the microwave from an hour and a half ago.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna let you go too.
Okay.
I
I
love
love you. I love you. I love you, baby. I'm so proud of you, and I'm here for you always. And yeah, we're sisters for life. You're stuck with me, kid. You're stuck
you,
with me. I love you, baby.
Lisa.
Okay,
Bye.
you have to end this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes. That was fantastic, guys. Yeah, like always. We never know how to end, and I hate saying goodbyes. But you guys know how we do. I'm so happy that you guys joined us today and, just shared some time with Lisa and I. Like, oh, so fun. So tomorrow she's going to be on Twitch. She's starting her own live series of events, which is super exciting. And you guys know these are our stories. These are stories by the original authors right here from the horses themselves. I'll just speak for myself. This is from the horse's mouth, your horse, Victoria, right? So, as we do, the abrupt ending goes like this. I love you guys. I'll see you later. On with it.